Alright, this video I'm going to call the reassembly. After figuring out, trying to get it apart, seeing nothing was busted inside, it was binding on the extractor. We got it back, the extractor snapped back into place, everything looked hunky-dory, and I assembled it. So I made the footage where I show with the stock off so you could see, and I assemble the gun. And without the stock, with the stock detached, okay, it's easy to see how it's done. That's less cumbersome. So I'm going to let this video go, and I'll edit it and show you the assembly. So if you want to see how to reassemble the internal components, this is a good video for this. And then we're going to wind this one up and go on to the next one, the test firing. Alright, I've decided after I cleaned all the heavy packing grease and lubed everything that I'm going to try to give this all a chance before I start replacing anything on this. So we're going to take the bolt, we're going to reassemble it, and if you look, the firing pin comes down in that hole right there where you see it, and that will catch this piece here, will go in. That's why it's got a slot in there, it aligns it. And then that pin, which is the hammer, will go in this large hole in the top, and that's where the recoil spring and the other thing locks in, and then the firing pin spring goes in a large hole, and where the two recoil springs go in that with the plate, and then the plate locks this piece here with a notch and holds this big spring which drives this pin in there. Actually, we can place that in there now. This hammer, they call it, goes in there. Alright, and we'll just drop this down into the receiver and then flip it over. And then take our cocking knob on the side here, take the cocking knob, place it in there so that until that catches between the bolt and the top of the receiver. So that holds that in there like that. Push that forward, turn it up on the end. We know that the hammer is in there, so we will take the firing pin spring, place it in the hole here, and that goes up. Take this, the retainer, just push that in there. Then we take our recoil springs, placing them there, and the pins go on top like this, and then this here on the bottom is what's going to lock into the so then you have to depress this a little, push this down to catch it right like that. It should look like this. Pretty simple. Okay, and now, again, we line up our pin, which may be a pain in the ass, but we go, and I'm going to have to, now you do have on that lower thing, there is this groove here, and that's where you're putting the screwdriver to depress that pin. And get that up in there, kind of pull the trigger, I think. What did I need to do? Yep. And that's it. There we go. Now I'm going to put this all back together. I ain't going to show you putting a pistol grip in that back on, but we're going to go out and we're going to test fire this thing and see what it does. See if I need to replace anything or if I all got it back in place.